The bad boys are they're just men, but
they're just Ken. she's Nesta and he's just Ken. Hello and welcome back to Fangirl Feels. My name's Olivia.
My name's Tanya.
And we're the podcast where we give an emotional analysis of all the books, movies, shows, music that gives you all the feelings, gives us all the feelings. And today we are going to do another fun game. People seem to have liked these episodes of our games. So we are doing Save One, Drop One, where we have a list of characters from popular books that we've read, and we're gonna, put them to the test against each other and see who we want to keep. Who are our faves? Our problematic faves. Who are we keeping?
This is reminiscent of our episode where we did a boyfriend March Madness bracket. So check that one out too. That was hilarious. This is somewhat similar, but we wouldn't date these characters. We might date some of them.
Yeah, for
not
sure.
But
that's not the criteria.
Yeah.
This is just like if we had to pick between the two. Let's say both are about to fall off a cliff, but we could save one. Who are we going to save? And because they're not real people, it's okay. We can be cruel.
Which is who we are as people. So
cruel.
Just cruel.
I hope I'm not cruel. I also want to preface before we get started too. I listened to our Fourth Wing episode today that just came out today, on the day that we're recording this, which is August 22nd. It came out yesterday, sorry, August 21st. I just want to clarify, I came off as a hater in that episode, and I kind of am, but listen, I like it. I liked it. I had fun, but I am it's like the same relationship with Sarah J. Maas. I'm a hater, but also I'm giving her money. We were talking about this earlier. I just couldn't in good conscience not critique it. But I liked it. I really did. I didn't hate the book by any means. Yeah, I just felt like I need to clarify that.
Olivia doesn't dislike Fourth Wing in the same way that she dislikes Jeff Bezos. They're different types of dislike, So if we need to contextualize it,
I just recognize the book for what it was. That's all. That's all I meant. I didn't mean to be a hater.
Yeah,
but maybe I am one. I don't know. Okay.
But let us know what you all thought. We're curious. Were you haters too of the book? And but do you still like it?
Yeah, it's a complex relationship. Yeah, it's if you know, you know. If you know where I'm at, you know where I'm at.
I know.
Are you? But you didn't come off nearly as much of a hater as I did.
Yeah, I think it's because I sped through it. I knew that you'd have mixed feelings because it took you 2 months to read it.
It took me a month. Yeah,
it took me a week. So I had to give it that credit that I sped through it for a reason. It's really entertaining, and we just wish that it was in the romantasy genre, specifically meant for that genre, as opposed to trying to be something it's not, which is a well-written book. Oops, I said it. I'm so sorry. But
it's true. Yeah. It's true. And on the record, we have said that we think Sarah J. Maas was written better than this book. And I stand by it. I do think Sarah J. Maas is a better writer than Rebecca Yarros, at least in this book. I am willing to be proven wrong. And that's what we said at the end of the episode. We were like, we're willing to be proven wrong by the coming books. So prove me wrong, Rebecca Yarros. Please. I want to be wrong.
To be honest, what is it? The librarian history aspect of it? 10 out of 10. Bring us more of that, please. Rewrite the book if you're listening to this, Rebecca Yarros. Go back and add more of that. The next book. Yeah.
I think that, and show us more of the histories being told by someone. What does that mean? I'm excited. We'll see. I think the next book will be very telling as to, are our judgments too early, or were we correct in our judgments? We will see.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, that is a incentive for you to stick around and see.
Which I think November, right? It comes out in November. So we'll probably buy it the day it comes out. And
I pre-ordered it. Like I said, I'm a hater, but I give her money. I pre-ordered
There you go.
Yeah, I want to read it. I do. I think it has potential, especially after our discussion of it. I was like, there is clearly potential we will see if it sticks the landing, or at least begins its ascent. We haven't landed yet. We're just starting. So
That's
we'll
true.
see. Yeah. We'll see if it sticks the ascent and landing. Yeah.
I love these metaphors.
They work. That's how my brain works. I don't know.
Love it.
Yeah. But today, as you can see from our screen, so we have these characters that we're going to pit against each other. This was randomized, so we just put these lists of names and their characters from ACOTAR, Fourth Wing, Throne of Glass, Six of Crows, and the Lunar Chronicles, which are just some of our, our favorite books, or books that we like to talk about a lot, and books that we both know and are just very popular. So we're gonna see, save one, lose one. What is it called? Save one, drop one. Who are we saving? Here we go.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. And our first one is Aelin versus Liam from Fourth Wing.
Drop Liam so fast.
Yeah. I mean, he died. So we kind of already did it to himself. I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't even have to try, actually.
No.
So this is a good one to start out with. Okay, did you feel anything when he died? I didn't. I felt zero.
I did. I liked him. I was sad. It wasn't like crazy moving. I'll actually admit I was kind of surprised that he died. I was like, oh, I didn't expect that. But yeah, it wasn't like full on tears or anything.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you there that I felt like it was too early to kill sort of central characters in book one.
Yeah.
I thought that was odd. I'm like, why are we doing this?
I didn't believe it was real. I was like, there's no way he's already dead. I was expecting him to come back or something, or to be like, oh no, he actually survived. I was waiting for that moment, and it never actually happened.
Oh, you know what would be funny? Would be fun. Rebecca Yaros, listen, if he came back as a Venom or something, right? Because I think he got stabbed or something. That'd be fun if he came back as an evil dude that they now have to fight. But we love Liam, but he's evil. That'd be so great.
You think that do you think he might?
You heard it here first. That's what's gonna happen.
You think he might?
We predicted it. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, this one is Nina versus Matthias. That was random.
That's rigged.
That is rigged. That's rigged. I mean, also easy pick because one survived already.
It's true.
Yeah. I love Nina. I love her. Not that I didn't like Matthias, but I think I said this in our Six of Crows episode. He was probably of the six, the one I was least attached to. So, yeah. Yeah,
I felt the exact same way. Yeah. And he dies in the book, so this is easy too. And I also love Nina. I think she's so funny.
She is. I love her.
It's going to be tough the next round between Aelin and Nina, though. Ooh.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that when it comes.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. Okay, so now we have Nesta versus Scarlet from the Lunar Chronicles. Nesta from ACOTAR. I actually think I would pick Nesta. I don't know.
Yeah. That was my gut reaction, actually, was to pick Nesta. I mean, she's quite a powerful being, and I think Scarlet didn't add much to the story, no offense.
She was gone for a lot of it. No, it's she got kidnapped, midway through Cress or something, the third book. And she was off with Winter for a while. I liked her, but I do think that Scarlet, the second book, is the weakest of the four. So, and I actually, Nesta's quite the opposite character to me, but I also still really related to her. And like we've said before, I do think the fifth book, that Nesta focused book, despite all the smut that was in it that I do think was too much, was the most interesting character journey of any of the ACOTAR characters. So I am sympathetic to Nesta.
Yeah, same, opposite of my personality, but I still felt for her in that book of hers. So yeah. Nesta's the winner. Let's do it.
Nesta, we're doing it. We like her. Okay, Cassian versus Jason. Cassian from ACOTAR, Jason from the Lunar Chronicles.
I'm not a fan of Jason. He was so random. I don't know. He barely had, again, he didn't add much to the story. He was kind of a side character to the central gang.
Yeah.
So, and I love Cassian. I think Cassian's super funny. I prefer Cassian over
Asriel?
Over Asriel. Yeah, I like Cassian. So
Cassian is more of a personality. Like Asriel, we don't see his personality much. Yeah, I agree. Jason is the side character, it's true. Even though he's like part of the core group of like couples, yeah, he didn't give us much. I think that's easy. Then it's gonna be Cassian. We like his sense of humor.
What do they say on TikTok? Go ahead, Jason, give us nothing.
Give us nothing. It's I mean, I love the Lunar Chronicles, and I prefer the Lunar Chronicles as a series over ACOTAR any day, but I think those characters are just the characters that were pit against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just how it worked. Okay. Dorian versus Xaden from Fourth Wing. Dorian from Throne of Glass versus Xaden from the Fourth Wing.
Olivia and I have maybe a contentious opinion, but we think Throne of Glass is a much better story than ACOTAR. Like, I feel for
100%.
the characters from Throne of Glass. And so, like, my initial thought is to keep Dorian because I like Xaden from Fourth Wing, but I felt like I really love like the backstory given to Dorian in Throne of Glass. I really got to enjoy his character arc from starting as like a snobby prince boy to like in love with a witch. I really loved it.
I agree. Yeah, I have a soft spot for Dorian. I liked him a lot. I think like from a naive prince to this like magical man. Doesn't he get like powers? I forget. It's been a while.
Yes,
like,
he gets so many.
Like, yeah, he gets his powers and he fights against his like father. I agree. I think it's hard to compare because Xaden, we just like don't know much about him yet. And Dorian, I do know. And Xaden is just like a tropey boyfriend at the moment. He's just like a tropey male fantasy character. So I agree.
Yeah, we should come back and do this whenever all those books are out in years from now. You know what I mean? But
Yes.
Because I'm curious. Well, again, like we mentioned, like we're excited for the upcoming Fourth Wing books to see. Change.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I think I actually sent you a TikTok today that was someone else who was saying that they're worried that Xaden is going to be like, a Sarah J. Maas twist is coming, and that another like we're gonna get another male character. You know, I mentioned this in our episode where I was like, I'm worried about a second Sarah J. Maas twist. I'm not 100% like convinced of this theory. I do think like Xaden and Violet are probably endgame, but someone else mentioned it, and I was like, oh, okay, my theory is not totally off.
What if it's Ven and Liam? Because I felt like she had feelings for Liam. Listen, I'm everyone share this Liam conspiracy.
Liam.
Yes.
I do actually. Do I think that Liam may come back in some capacity? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. We will see. Stay tuned. Well, we claim to hear, but we'll see about Xaden. Yeah, who knows with Xaden if he'll be sticking around or we have to like not get too attached to him quite yet. Who knows? Okay, this next one is tough. It's Kaz Brecker from Six of Crows versus Carswell Thorne from the Lunar Chronicles. I love these characters, both of them, so much.
Same.
So that's a tough one.
You introduced me to these characters, Olivia, and now I have to choose.
I know. I love them both.
What are your initial thoughts?
I don't know. I love them. My initial thought is Thorne, just because he's a sweetheart. He's like, I love him, but I could go either way. This I would just let fate decide. Like if they're both hanging off a cliff.
Just close your eyes.
Both of them end up dying. Like I was like, I can't choose. I love them both.
Kaz needs mad therapy, so I'm gonna go with Thorne.
Yeah.
Like on top of being lovable and funny, like I choose Thorne. But Kaz would at some point try and use our weaknesses against us, just naturally. That's just like what he does. He can't even help it. So
it's true. Thorne is like Thorne's a criminal, but we love him. But so is Kaz. Thorne is like he's just honestly both critique. I could say both things and it would apply to both of these characters. I could say anything and it would apply to both of these characters.
A criminal, both criminals in an unjust world, though. So
yes, true. But yeah, I think Thorne wins. Okay, this next one. Manon from Throne of Glass versus Violet from Fourth Wing.
This is so easy. Okay. Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Manon. So easy. Again,
yeah.
Because we know more about Manon. same conversation, I think.
Yeah. We know no more about Manon, and we talked about this in our last episode. Go listen to it. But we think that Violet very much fits into the like lead female character trope of fantasy novels, where you can see yourself in her, and she kind of annoys you at times with her decision making. And we don't really get a lot more depth with her just yet. But Manon is totally different. Like, I loved her from the very beginning, just like she's so strong, and so she's apparently the most beautiful person on earth.
I know,
And
supposedly.
beyond that, I just thought, like, I loved her story as well. Her story arc. They all had like wonderful story arcs, actually, character arcs.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. The 13 were just really, was just a really like interesting story. Which Throne of Glass, again, guys, if you read ACOTAR and you've not read Throne of Glass, you should read Throne of Glass because it has just better stories, I think. I think ACOTAR just does not live up to Throne of Glass in terms of like storytelling. And it proves that Sarah J. Maas is capable of this kind of character depth. She is. Okay, next is Gwen versus Cinder. Gwen from ACOTAR, Cinder from the Lunar Chronicles. Gwen's one of the Valkyries.
Oh. Okay, then Cinder.
Yeah. Gwen's like such a minor character. Cinder. I liked Gwen, but yeah, Cinder.
Yeah, we just didn't get much of her, I guess. That's it. Like, I would read more Valkyrie books, actually, if she wanted to write those. I love them.
I would too. Yeah, I would too. I like them a lot. Okay, next is Rowan from Throne of Glass versus Rinian from Fourth Wing. Rinian is Violet's friend from Fourth Wing.
Oh, I really liked her. And did you notice
her.
she's supposed to be a person of color? I don't know if she's a black woman or a brown woman, but she's supposed to be a person of color.
Yeah, she was. I think most of the images I've seen her is depicted as like a black woman. Yeah, and I liked her a lot too. It was cool that she like had a friend in the story, and I was worried she was going to betray her at some point, but she doesn't. She's a good friend.
Same. Did you think that too? Okay, from the beginning,
Yeah.
because when she went into it, like basically her sister was hyping her up to be like, "Don't trust anyone. Everyone's going to try and kill you." So when she made a friend right away, I was like, "Don't do it."
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why. And thankfully, so far in the story, she hasn't. So this one's kind of tough because I like Rowan a lot too, but I feel like it would be kind of unfair for us to pick Rinian when we didn't pick Zaydid and Violet. But I guess they were against more main characters. But Rowan's a main character. I don't know.
My gut says Rowan just because we know more about him. That's true.
Yeah, yeah. It would be almost unfair. And it's funny that all of these Fourth Wing characters got pitted against Throne of Glass characters.
I know.
Olivia
and Rowan would be played by Henry Cavill. It's just canon. So
ooh. I mean, with the white hair, it's basically The Witcher.
It's basically The Witcher, you guys. So how could we?
Yeah, that's true. I like Rowan a lot. Rowan is like underappreciated. I think he's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah, once the ACOTAR girlies read Throne of Glass, it's over for everyone because Rowan, I prefer over Rhysand 100%.
I do too. I really do too. I prefer Rowan and Aelin. It's sad because I don't think it comes off that I do, but I do prefer them for sure.
It doesn't come off that way.
It doesn't come because we talk about ACOTAR all the time, and like just ACOTAR is just so popular.
Yeah,
but it's Throne of Glass is just subjectively a better.
Yeah, like I would reread those actually, and I don't know if I'd reread ACOTAR, but I know other people have. But just personally, I just really love Throne of Glass too. Sounds like you too.
I would too. I would reread. I actually have never read the book about Aelin and Sam. There's like a book, The Assassin's Blade. I never read that book. So I would do that. I would read that book. I should do that.
We should do it together. It'd be like this was a pointless book. That'll be our review.
I mean, it's just sad. It's like we already know that Sam dies, so spoiler. But that happens before the book even starts. So
yeah.
So it's okay. But yeah, that'd be fun. I do prefer those books. This next pairing is mean. It's just Jesper versus Wylan, both from Six of Crows. But I think this is kind of easy too.
Yeah, it's obviously Jesper, but yeah, I would be extremely sad over this one in particular because they would be trying to save each other.
They would. This would be a sucky situation for both of them, but it's Jesper. Just because we've known Jesper longer in the books, like he's part of the core three in the beginning and like 6. Like he's just We just attached to Jesper more than Wylan. Okay, this next one is Rysand from ACOTAR versus Wolf from the Lunar Chronicles. 3, 2, 1 Rysand. Yeah. Again, Scarlet from the Lunar Chronicles was the weakest book in the series. Wolf was a result of that, I think.
Just weird analogy, like literal analogy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
wolf from Little Red Riding Hood. He's a wolf.
He's literally a wolf. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't like that. And we've talked about this in our own Slack channels and stuff about how like I cannot handle unhuman looking people. Like the ears in ACOTAR, the like pointy fey ears is like as far as I can go. I ignore the bat wings. I ignore those things. But the moment that like Wolf changes into an actual wolf and like looks like a wolf in like later books, I'm like, I'm out. Like this is not canon in my head. I'm out. You can't handle it.
Went a little too far. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. If fur's involved, like I'm out. I'm sorry, dude. But he's a good guy, but no thanks. Okay, this next one is Azriel versus Winter. Azriel from ACOTAR versus Winter, the Lunar Chronicles.
Aw.
Yeah, no, that's sad.
Yeah, I like both of them, but I think we might be on the same page here. Winter. I just have more feel. What's the word?
Yeah, feelings for her. I care about her.
Yeah.
I like Azriel a lot, but yeah, he's just kind of like the silent, broody guy in the corner. I want his own book. I'm interested in his own book, but yeah, I agree. Winter.
Yeah, he needs a redemption after Morrigan turned him down. You know, spoiler. But
yeah, poor guy. He's a good guy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next is Kale from Throne of Glass versus Dane from Fourth Wing. This is also super easy.
Yeah.
Kale.
Because we love Irene so much.
I do love Irene. I loved their story. I really liked their book a lot. I know some people skip that book, and I'm like, how dare you? It's good.
Racism.
If you skipped that book, no, I'm kidding.
It was just full of brown people. I do too. I really love that book. I thought it was great, and it just has like a one and done sort. Like they introduced us like to a totally different like world, and I love that. She did a good job. Oh my gosh, Sarah J. Maas, seriously.
Sarah J. Maas is not a bad writer. I will say it. She's not a bad writer. She's just lacking an editor and has given in to the smut hype. I will say it here.
Olivia's conspiracy is that Sarah J. Maas doesn't have an editor, but it makes sense. The books
I'm not
are just
the one.
longer.
I'm not the first person to say this. Like, she will repeat the same sentence 5 times. And I'm like, same. I do that too. But that's why we have editors. But they don't want to pay for an editor because they're going to make so much money anyway. So why edit a book that's going to make millions?
I'm gonna say something that I think will be a good like soundbite. But if anyone has read Throne of Glass and ACOTAR or either or, notice how often the characters say "good." I didn't
notice this
over and over. It's the only thing I noticed. I just every time I heard it was every like 3 pages. I was like, "What?" And it'd be different characters, not the same one. It'd make sense if the same character did it, but it's like it's a vengeful, like good, like you're trying to be a badass. So
I did not notice that. I have to reread them to see. I would reread Throne of Glass, actually. I would not be opposed. But it's such a long series. It's so long.
I know. It's preventing, honestly, that's what's preventing us from doing the video about them. Like, it's going to take us so long to research them again. Like, because we don't want to reread them. It would take us just so long. So, sorry, y'all. I know it's going to be a hit when we drop it, but.
It's true. 2024. Let's plan for it 2024. Because, yeah, I don't remember nearly enough to talk about it at this point. I read those in like 2017, 2018. It's been too long.
I remember even before like our friend group read these books together, but Olivia had already read them like 3 years previous. So I'd be telling Olivia all the things I'm excited about. And she's like, when? Who are these characters? What
Who are you talking about? Yeah, I don't remember. It's been way too long for me. Okay, this next like matchup is sad too. It's Inej from Six of Crows versus Cress from the Lunar Chronicles. And I love both of them. I don't know. No.
My heart. No.
No. I don't like this. It's funny because Kaz and Thorn got paired up. This feels like it's almost not random to me, but I guess it was. I don't know.
Yeah, what's happening? Who's doing this?
Who's doing this? This is sad.
My brain immediately went to like, who had worse trauma? We should say, and it's Inej. But I want Cress to be so happy. And maybe if she falls, her spaceship will catch her. That's what I'm hoping.
I mean, she fell and survived a fall before, from
girls got it. There we
She's
go.
fine. She's okay. She fell from space.
By the way, she should have died. She should have died. That was insane. I was like, okay, come on.
You're correct. You're correct. I thought about that too. I was like, they would not have survived this crash, but that's okay. I mean, Thorn goes blind because of that crash, but which I still to this day think was one of the best plot twists. I loved that. I loved it so much. Apparently, that's part of the original Rapunzel story. I think we've talked about that, but I was like, I loved this plot twist. I thought it was so good.
I loved it too. I was about to say that too. I thought it was great, and I love when then the writer has to become imaginative with how they describe. You know what I mean? From his perspective, how he's seeing or not seeing. Sorry, he's experiencing the world again.
Yes.
Yeah. Loved it.
And it spoke to his his character journey where it's like this is taken away from him, and then how he's able to interact with the world with Cress, and they bond because they become she becomes his eyes, and it's just so cute. They're so cute. I love them. Aww. Make more books like that. They're so nice.
Yes. One of our favorite ships. Yes.
Yeah, they are. But okay, because Cress is gonna be okay. That's why we're gonna pick Inej.
I'll hold in the tears. Yes.
I know. Okay. Next is Feyre from ACOTAR versus Aiko from the Lunar Chronicles.
Oh no.
No, this is also pretty bad.
Because I didn't love Feyre. I don't know. She's okay.
She's not my favorite. I preferred Aelin, I think. Yeah.
I loved Aiko too. I think you did too. Yeah.
I do love Aiko. She's a good friend. A good character.
I'm tempted to choose Aiko.
I'm tempted.
What about you?
I think I would go with that. Yeah, I would go with Aiko.
Okay.
I just feel like Feyre, I don't know. She's someone who now that I'm a few years removed from reading those books, her personality has faded the quickest to me of all of the other characters of Nesta, Rhysand, Cassian, Azra. Her personality really has I could not really tell you her personality. I don't recall it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree. And it was interesting to see her personality from Nesta's perspective in Nesta's book, where you realize sometimes Feyre's not as kind as we all thought. And I thought that was interesting. So yeah, it's funny. I remember her the least, but I think it's what you mentioned, that she's the main female protagonist trope. You know what I mean? So it's meant to be a little forgettable.
I think so, to her detriment. Because I don't think Aelin was like that. I think Aelin was a very distinct personality that I don't necessarily relate to. I'm not like Aelin, but I liked her. Yeah, I do think Feyre was more tropey, maybe. Okay, this last matchup. Elaine from ACOTAR versus Kai from the Lunar Chronicles.
Kai, obviously.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to say
it. Yeah. We just don't know anything about Elaine. We'll see how we feel after her book. The same way that we like Nesta now. So we'll see.
I agree. Yeah. People have ideas that Elaine Elaine sold them out at some point. Elaine did something bad. I don't remember.
Do we remember the plot?
No, I don't remember. But we'll see. I didn't read the novella either. The one that's in between Nesta's book and the third book.
Oh, yes, I did. It's during Christmas time.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
I don't remember much about Elaine from that either, though. It was mostly about Nesta and Cassian. It builds up to the Nesta book. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, there were things that happened in that book that they refer to in the Nesta book that I was I don't know what they're talking about, but okay.
All right. You should read it around Christmas time. That's why I liked it. It was it's set around Christmas. So it's just a fun read. I think it's pretty short.
A Christmas book. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll do that. That'd be fun. Okay. Well, that was our first round. Now we're on to the next round, which is round 2. Obviously, that's what happens after round 1. That's how math
Math.
works.
Math.
Math. And so now we have our matchups. Our first one is Aelin versus Nina.
No.
I know.
No.
I know. This one sucks. I don't like it. I think I know. I don't know, actually. That's what I'm saying it. I don't know.
Well, let's say who we think. I think you're gonna choose Nina.
I actually don't know. I actually think I was gonna pick Aelin, but I keep flip-flopping. Maybe it is Nina. Maybe
I'm
I do pick Nina.
leaning towards Aelin only because she had 8 books. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But Nina had. Did she have like a pretty traumatic past? Am I wrong about that? Like, I don't remember actually.
Her backstory. Oh, I actually don't remember. I mean, I know that like she's dealing with like the trauma of like Matthias dying later on, and like dealing with the trauma from the Jurda Parem. But I don't know her like backstory. I don't remember her backstory. I really could pick either. I love Nina. I do think we know more. I do think Nina is more developed, maybe, as a character. Even in the 8 books that we got of Aelin, or however many books it is. And I like Aelin.
I think it's just the writer difference. I'm gonna be honest. I just think like Sarah J. Maas, she did well, but then I think who's the writer of Six of
Leigh
Crows?
Bardugo.
I think she just kind of killed it.
She did kill it. It's funny because Leigh Bardugo wrote Shadow and Bone, and Shadow and Bone is like, I like those books. Those are very typical YA books. Did you end up reading them? The Shadow and Bone books?
Never did. I don't know if I will.
Okay. Yeah. They're not like they're fine for what they are. They're not like the most well-written books though. And then she goes off and like writes Six of Crows, and you're like, how is this the same author? Like, this is nuts. Like a glow up beyond words, honestly.
Iteration.
It's true. She learned quickly, and she learned a lot, because Six of Crows is chef's kiss. So I guess let's go with Nina.
Let's
I
do
agree.
it. Why not? Who would I rather hang out with? Nina. There we go. Yeah.
I think so. I would. We would eat waffles. It'd be great.
Yeah. Aelin would be a little bit scary. I'm gonna be honest.
She would.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay, next is Nesta versus Cassian, which is okay. All right.
Wait.
All right. That's fine.
We didn't plan that out. Wow.
No, we
okay.
didn't. So who do you prefer?
If we had to pick Nesta, yeah. I mean, the bad boys
so.
they're just men, but
they're just Ken. she's Nesta and he's just Ken. Like,
that was good. That was good. Yes.
We love him, but like, he's just Ken.
His job is fighting.
His job is fighting. Yes, exactly. Well, she gets a whole character arc.
Yes,
it's true. Okay, next is Dorian from Throne of Glass versus Thorn from the Lunar Chronicles.
Well,
oh.
I think we'll probably both choose Thorn. Thorn's just, again, who would we rather hang out with?
I would rather hang out with Thorn. For sure.
1,000%. Over a lot of these characters, to be honest.
Yeah, I love him.
He'd be so fun. Can you imagine?
It would be so fun to hang out with him. Yeah, he's just a funny dude. Mm-hmm. I want to be his friend, for sure.
He'd be so funny.
Yeah. Dorian would be too serious.
Yes. And I do think he's still a snobby prince boy, even after everything that happened to him. You know what I mean? He just doesn't know any different.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, this next one's kind of hard, too. It's Manon from Throne of Glass versus Cinder from the Lunar Chronicles. This is getting tough.
Well, you know what? I guess we're just doing this criteria of who would you rather hang out with? And before we were killing people off, and now we're like, now we're going to hang out with you at a party.
The stakes are different. I would be absolutely, if we're going by intimidation, Manon would absolutely intimidate me. My worry, if we're going back to like the killing scenario, like both are hanging off a cliff, I feel like Manon would just figure out a way to survive. Not that Cinder wouldn't, but I have more faith in Manon to survive. So I feel like I'd just pick Cinder. I would rather hang out with Cinder.
And I can't kill off our Lunar Queen.
No, that's true. She's literal royalty.
I mean, so is Manon, but yeah, Manon's gonna
Yeah.
survive. Manon's dragon's gonna find her.
Her wyvern
Her
will
wyvern.
yeah.
Ooh, contention. I forgot. Yeah, my bad.
I don't know. Dragon, wyvern, I don't know. Same thing to me. Apparently they're not the same, but it's fine.
I only knew this because of Game of Thrones. Like they called them dragons, but they were actually wyverns.
Oh, contentious. Okay, next is Rowan from Throne of Glass versus Jesper from Six of Crows.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Rowan.
Versus Jesper?
Yeah, I think Rowan.
What? Olivia!
I don't know. But that's true. Actually, if we're going back to the criteria of who we hang out with, it's absolutely Jesper. You're right. Maybe I take it back.
But no. Why'd you say that?
I don't know. My gut instinct was just Rowan. I think I prefer Rowan as a character overall.
Olivia's like, who would I rather date?
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of in this moment. I would rather date Rowan over Jesper, but I like Jesper. So maybe it is Jesper.
I was gonna say Jesper. I really love Rowan too, but again, like he would probably survive if we tried to kill him.
You're right.
Also, hanging out wise, we already got Nina. It's a party. Thorn and Jesper are gonna have the best time.
You're right.
So
you're right. Yeah, and Rowan would be completely silent at this party. We'd be at a party and he would just be like in the corner with like a drink. And it'd be really awkward.
Where's Aelin? Yeah.
Yeah, the man wouldn't say a single word. You're correct. So it's definitely gonna be Jesper. I know. I was just taking it. I was like, who would I marry?
I'll never forget that. Yeah.
Like, who am I gonna marry? Rowan. Just because Jesper's happy.
Yeah.
Well, not that Rowan isn't happy in a relationship. This doesn't have to make logical sense. It's not that serious. It's funny. Rysand versus Winter. This is a wild matchup.
What? How do we even choose?
Yeah, these are just two very different characters. There's like no comparison. Again, if we're going off who can save themselves, then I would pick Winter because I think Rysand would find a way to survive on his own.
He'd fly away. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got those wings.
But my initial thought was like I would choose Rysand. He'd probably throw a super fun party that we're obviously planning, and he'd fund it. And
he would. It would be a blast of a party.
It'd be so fun. So I'm tempted to choose Rysand. I love Winter, but maybe she'll be okay. Jason will find her.
That's true. I'm okay with that. I'm
okay
with using Rysand.
Who would I marry? Also Rysand.
Who would I marry? Rysand. That's fine. Okay, next is Kale versus Inej.
Come on. I mean, that's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. It is easy.
Yeah, I feel bad, but yeah, Inej. Always Inej.
Yeah, it's Inej. That girl I will guard with my life. I love her so much.
She deserves everything, okay? Even Kaz, stay away. Like, all of you need to heal. Just leave her alone.
Okay? Her at all costs and let her live her life the way she deserves. I agree. Okay, our last for this round. Aiko versus Kai.
No.
I know. I know. We just stare at each other.
Kai.
It's
got to be Kai. I mean, listen, I'm all for the robot revolution, sentient AI, but she'll probably be fine if she falls. Yeah.
You're right. She's not going to die.
Yeah.
But then why didn't we pick her? Why didn't we pick Feyre for the same reason? I don't know. Because Feyre will die and Aiko won't.
This makes sense.
No, this is the same thing as the fictional boyfriend March Madness. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just like our gut feeling. Yeah, I just like. I do love Kai a lot, and I feel like he wouldn't be particularly more fun at a party. I do think Aiko would be more fun at a party, but we just deserve to save him. Yeah, we need to save him.
He deserves it.
Yeah. Okay, end of round 2. We are on to round 3, which we've reduced it down to how many people? 2, 4, 6, 8 people. We went from 32 to 8. So we're getting there. Our first matchup is Nina versus Nesta.
Too easy.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Nina.
Yeah. It was like I actually was worried for a second. I was like, is she gonna pick Nesta?
No. I like Nesta, but like she's still a bitch. Come on, let's be honest.
It's Nina.
I don't know if she'd be fun to hang out with. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know. Even after that book, I'm like, I don't think she'd be nice still.
No, she's not nice. She's not a nice character. But I'm sympathetic to her.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Nina. This next pairing is funny because they partner up a lot in their books, which is Thorn and Cinder, both from the Lunar Chronicles. So who are we saving?
You gotta choose, because I feel like you know these characters better than I do.
Yeah, it's true. I know. I mean, do I like to, for the book's sake, I feel like you have to save Cinder, because it's like she is the titular character of the series. And I feel like that is what we need to do. And I love them both for different reasons. So I think Cinder.
Yeah. I'd pick Cinder for those reasons too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Thorn.
Sorry, Thorn. I know, but it would just feel wrong to pick Thorn in this scenario. Like, I just like, that wouldn't be right. And I like them both. I like Cinder a lot as a character. So yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Cinder.
Okay.
Okay, Jesper versus Rhysand.
Oh.
What are we doing?
Oh, this is hard. This is back to Jesper versus Rowan. Because Rowan and Jesper are so similar. Yeah.
Yeah, basically the same thing. This is kind of almost a similar thing where like I would feel, no, they're both like lead characters in their own books. What do you think? You pick this one.
Not me. It's
I picked the last one.
That's true. Jesper versus Rhysand. You know, my gut actually did say Rhysand for no reason. Like, I don't even think we're going by any criteria for this one, but like, just because I don't hate him as a character, and I don't know. Jesper, I do just love Leigh Bardugo's writing, where she's added a lot more depth. I have so many emotions for Jesper and his backstory versus not so much for Rhysand at all. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, Rhysand has a sad backstory too.
Oh, I forget.
Yeah, but that's part of the problem. It's like you'd forget. Well, he was like SA'd under the mountain for like 50 years. You don't remember this?
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. And then like his sister died for some reason. I don't remember the story with his sister and his mom, but there's something there. I don't know if it was his mom. There's definitely his sister involved.
Yeah.
But we definitely don't focus on it, nor is it like a big part of his journey as a character. Like, it doesn't necessarily become of importance in his character arc, whereas with Jesper, it's very critical.
Integral, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like to understanding him. So
my gut says Rhysand. I'm just gonna do my gut. Yeah.
There's an element of like, you just gotta go with your gut with some of this, which is kind of part of the point.
That's true. That's true. Love you, Jesper. You'll be with Wylan at the bottom of the mountain. You both survived.
Oh.
So
rest in peace. This is so sad. They're fine. They
survived somehow. Okay.
Yeah.
They used their Jesper's powers. I don't even know if that would help. But yeah.
Maybe. No one's dying. They're just not up the mountain. They're just not at the party. They're just not at the party. That's all.
No, Jason's dead. I killed him.
That's all of these characters, but Jason specifically. He's dead. Okay, next is also funny, Inej versus Kai. Oh, I thought this was Kaz for a second. Sorry. Inej versus Kai. I was like, Kaz and Inej? No.
Yeah, we couldn't choose. Well, no, I could choose. My bad.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, very easy choice, actually. Yeah. Very easy choice.
It'd be the same as this one. I'm going to choose Inej. She's my girl.
Yeah. I can't not have her. I love her.
Mm-hmm.
My girl. She is my girl. Okay, that was round 3. We're on to the semifinals. Yeah, seriously. Which is Nina versus Cinder, then Rhysand versus Inej. So first up, Nina versus Cinder.
Nope, this is hard.
This is really hard, actually. What is your gut telling you?
It's saying to save Cinder because, again, our Lunar Queen, and the book is about her. And let's go back to all our criteria. Like, I feel like who would I hang out with? Honestly, I'd pick Cinder. I see a lot of myself in Cinder. I'm going to be honest. We have really similar personalities, and so I feel like that's why. Versus Nina's fun, and I love her, but if we had to choose.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's what she deserves. I think Cinder deserves to win. And I do see a lot of myself in her. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. She is us. We are her.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next is Rhysand versus Inej. I think this one's kind of easy too.
Yeah, Inej.
It's our girl. It's our girl, Inej. Sorry, Rhysand.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'd save her over, yeah.
Yeah, any
All
day.
good. Yeah.
I would give her over most of these people.
Most of these folks. But actually, that makes the end hard because what is our next choice?
I know. So our final round is Cinder versus Inej. Oh, I don't know.
What did you say about the Six of Crows characters? That it's a competition for the saddest backstory.
Yes, it is a competition for the saddest backstory. I mean,
They
Cinder's
both,
a bad backstory, like a sad backstory too.
it's true. They both do. Yeah. Arguably, I think Inej has a worse backstory.
Oh,
Yeah.
1000% she does. Yeah. At least Cinder has like a home that she grows up in, whereas Inej got sold into slavery and like sex slavery, which is terrible.
Yeah. Who would you hang out with?
I think Cinder would be more fun to hang out with than Inej. I just think Inej is like a little bit more closed off, but I love her and I don't blame her. And I don't like, yeah, like I don't hold that against her.
Yeah. Okay, I have another question actually. Say these two people were leaders and you had to choose a team. Who would you trust more for their like decision-making ability and like who would you want to be? Who do you think would like succeed in whatever endeavors they have? Would you jump on an Edge's boat or would you jump on Cinder's starship?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's a good question. What do you think? What's your response to that?
Oh man,
Yeah.
don't throw it back at me. That was
Well, I
my
have
trick
to.
for you.
Yeah, you told me.
It is a good question though. I think okay, my gut says a Nej. There's something I love about the whole pirate lifestyle that like, and I would have to have powers. I have to have some sort of Grisha power. I don't know what it would be, but
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like Cinder doesn't need any more help versus an Edge does need a crew, and she does need help, and I trust her to put together a good crew to like solve a problem. I feel like most times in the book, she was super empathetic to everyone's needs and like was the reason most people survived. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see Inej as a very wise character, like wise beyond her years. Despite the fact that, I mean, both of these characters are supposed to be like 16 or something like that, which is always crazy in YA, right? It's always like insane. But Inej in particular is always like comes off as very wise. So I do trust her judgment, maybe slightly more than Cinder's, maybe. But I do think Cinder's very smart and is like a capable leader. Yeah. Do I want to be like a attendant to a princess / queen, or do I want to be on a ship, pirate ship? The pirate ship would be more fun.
It would be fun. And Jasper and Kaz, all the people would be there.
It's true. Yeah, I guess it is an edge.
All right.
The winner is Inej.
Inej.
Let's see. Submit. Oh, it doesn't give us anything fancy, does
Oh,
it?
damn.
Oh, no, there we go. Inej wins. Just got a little point next to her name. Inej. That feels right.
Yes.
She is our girl. Like, I love her so much.
She deserves everything.
She does. She breaks my heart. I adore her. She deserves to be on a beach and have men serve her cocktails at all times and be fed grapes. It's what she deserves.
What she deserves. And she'd feel bad about it, but it's what she deserves. And she's one of the most well-written characters we've read. Like,
She is.
The fact that we have this many feelings about her, you know what I mean? Like,
I know. I think about her story and I think it makes me want to tear up. I love her. Yeah, it's true. Well, that was our game. That was fun.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, I like doing that. Let us know what you think in the comments. Those who are listening to this, leave us a comment below what you thought and who would have won for you of these choices. Let us know.
That was fun last time with the boyfriend March Madness. People were mad about our choices.
Well, because people got upset because we said that like Jamie Fraser wouldn't win because he wouldn't know what a period is or something. Do you remember where like that wasn't correct in the movies or in the book? Sorry, in the show. Jamie was a pretty good option, though. He survived pretty long.
That's true. He made it pretty far.
Yeah, he did.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Fangirl Feels. We are on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, so many other things, but you can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok. That's probably where we'll post updates of like new episodes. And we also have lots of questions for you about what you want to hear next. So follow us there at Fangirl Feels Pod. Also follow our personal accounts because sometimes Olivia or I will post like surveys, polls for you to answer. And that's how we kind of choose what to post next. We love data. We love research. So go ahead and check us out. Continue following us. We love these games, but we also do deep dives. So just stay tuned for all of our other content. I think that's it.
Yes.
Cover everything?
Yeah. Follow us. Like, subscribe. We'll be back in your feed next week.
Until then.
Until then.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Goodbye.